Alright, so hello everyone, welcome to the stream. So what we have here is a model I did a long time ago. I'm actually looking at the video details right now, which turns out they're actually a little lacking information because it doesn't have the tracking software I used for the showcase inside the description. But this is a model that, according to the showcase, videos, publish date, I published the showcase for this model in February 4th of 2021. So I believe this was just after I went off FaceRig and started using PR Live, or I might still be in the FaceRig era. I'm actually not too sure. Let me see if the other video does not have the tracking device I used either. So this was well before the time I was confident to put my art up as a commission piece. This was around when I was trying to make a lot of rig examples for rigging commissions for Live2D. That was also around the time before a lot of the indie innovations of Live2D came about. So a very stock standard symmetrical pose, not too many fancy things that could flow or anything were in the model. And for the time, I'd say the rig I made for it was already a little higher than what you would expect probably from a lower tier rig. At least I feel confident in saying that, knowing that low tier rigs nowadays are still not very good. But we are going to redraw this. We're going to redraw this to fit my more modern style, because my style has changed a little bit. You can see some parts that haven't really changed much, and then there will be parts that have significantly changed. Notably, how I do the body proportions has changed quite a bit. So we're just going to straight up make a new file for this. How big was this? 2,500 by 5,000. Oh boy. I think that will fit. By 5,000. Does it have to be that big, or can I do like a slightly smaller one? I'm actually thinking about this. Well, let me see if I can fit this in a slightly smaller canvas. Just so... what happens if I cut off about 500-ish pixels? Okay, we're gonna do a 2,500 by 5,000 canvas, the same as this one. And start off with... It actually took me a little while to like dig this out. I have like another model that I might consider redrawing as well, which is a male model. It was also, I think, my first take at a non-symmetrical model at the time as well, which... Actually, no, my original model that I used personally was not symmetrical. So that was actually the first non-symmetric model I ever did. I come to think of it. Technically, the poses, the standing pose was symmetrical, but the actual pose was not. And then I started moving into these more symmetrical ones as I was practicing. But the first things we're gonna do is we're gonna change the pose, and we're gonna change the proportions a little bit. This was before I really started using the head shape to kind of feel out the feel of the character. Nowadays, if I want like a taller, bulkier character, it'll usually be like a longer, more square head. And if I want a squishier, rounder, smaller character, it'll be a rounder head. How big is this thing? It's 5,000, so I want to go to 2,000... No, I want to go to 1,250. And I want to make a symmetrical ruler so I have a point to work from. Like so. You can actually find this model showcase still on the channel. It is very far back, it's buried behind a lot of things, Actually, how far back is this? Let me just see if I take off the filter. I think it's like near the back of all of my videos. Can I just not go to the last page? Really? I'm not allowed to just go straight to the last page? Alright, I guess we're pressing buttons. Is there really not a last button? There's a first page button, but there's not a last page button. Isn't that great? Actually, let me just change how many am I viewing per page. Let's change up to 50. Oh yeah, this thing is buried. This is buried very far. It goes far back enough that it's actually amongst the time... Well, I guess it wasn't really a male model. It was more like a androgynous model that I was using at the time, that where the gender was kind of vague. It was buried that far back. It was actually back in the age when I did collabs with people. Isn't that a wonderful thing? A lot of memories with this one. Because this was literally nearing... it's about an year into when the indie scene for VTubers really took off. Yeah, sure. Okay, so first up, the things that I want to change. One is the pose. We're gonna go with asymmetrical pose because I like asymmetrical poses, even though they cause me a ton of headaches and I complain every time I do them. We're gonna do it because it's good practice, and if you can do asymmetrical poses, you can definitely do symmetrical poses. So that's one thing. And also, I want to change the hair because the hair is actually a straight rip from a single character, and we don't want that. Just gonna see how I want to do the head. I think we're gonna go with a slightly sharper face. Maybe a bit like this. Because we've got a really round face on that side, so I'm gonna go with a bit of a sharper face here. Gonna go across the middle here for the eyes. I was still gonna do the same style of eye, which is the more level kind of eye, rather than what I have on my own model right now, which is kind of the was it it's not slanted. I think it was like slanted is the opposite, which is the one I did for the kimono girl. It was like raised or something, or lifted. Can't actually remember. I only know the terms in Japanese because that's where I learned them. But I'm gonna do this more liberal kind of eye shape. I think we're actually gonna try and add a bit more to the lash as well. I just don't know if I can add too much to the lash if it's like this still. I'd look at some references for how to do lashes because I don't really do fancy lashes very often. But is that too far apart for the eyes? I think we're just... No, I think this needs to be wider in general. Also, for the most part, this project, as I'm calling it, is probably gonna be just today, and then it might sit on the bench for quite a while, because I think I'm gonna take part in the Great Festivities, which is the Niji Sanji's Koshien General Baseball period, and do some fan art during that time of that stuff. If you're not a fan of them or not a fan of baseball, it's understandable. But for me, in terms of creator-led content for the big corpos, that is probably my favorite bit of yearly content. I don't like baseball as an actual sport, but I do enjoy when they do the baseball, so it'll be a good bit of fun. Okay, one definite thing I want to change is how round I do my eyes. So I want to go for more of a circular eye. Like so. Okay, so let us just do a quick pose. Let's just go back to here. Yeah, so for in general, expect probably the better half of July and August to largely be drawing of some kind, unless I really want to animate something. Okay, how do I want to do this pose exactly? Do I want the shoulders to be level, or do I want the shoulders not to be level? That's the first question. Generally, unless I'm making a dedicated 3/4 model, I want the head to be facing forward, even the actual stance is not. I think we're gonna go with a slightly turned body here. So we'll go like this and 2. Oh yeah, I think that's also my first attempt at breasts. It did not go well. Not like my attempts at breasts these days go particularly well either, but I'd say they're getting there. Is this snapping as well? This is also snapping. Oh, let's just turn that off a bit. I kind of want the pose to go off the neck, out, off the neck, out into the chest, which should be about up to here. Not like an aggressively turned pose. Over the chest, into belly. So this will be about where the chest is. We'll go like that. We'll be a little bolder with the breasts here. We'll have the shape. Like that maybe. The back will be about here. Then we'll have the hip will be coming out about here. Actually gonna be pretty generous with the hip area, I think. I want to change how I draw the hip area. So the breasts come in. We're gonna have the front of the body coming through here. Actually, it'll be coming a little back like here, maybe. I'm actually gonna split this over. I think we're gonna... I want to do a gesture on one arm. We're gonna do it on the right arm. So we're gonna have the... Oh. Why did it move a little bit? Transform, flip horizontal, okay, please. Why does it feel like I moved a little bit? No, it did move a little bit. Let's just bring that. Good. None of this is going to be symmetrical from this point onwards, but we're still going to try and line up the head at least on a symmetrical rule. I probably should just... Actually, can I cut the head off? Let me just cut the head off so that it stays centered. And we'll just go folder into here. So this is the head, right? Head. Body. And this is the pose. I wasn't really planning on turning the body by that much, but I think we're actually going to go more like this. And then go like this through down to here. Then this will be like that through from the back of the backside to here. Then we want 1, 2. For the most part, we're just deciding on the rough and the, which is largely the pose. I had an idea for the legs in my head when I was thinking about doing this earlier today, but it has left me. Hold up, give me a moment. How the Why has it completely left me? What the heck is this? I had a pretty clear image in my head when I was thinking about it, which is why I actually decided to do this instead of just starting on the baseball stuff. What the heck? This is important because there's going to be a leg step that is actually planned. At least in my head it was planned. And the movement will actually matter for that. It's not coming to me. The heck. Okay, well, Alright, I think I was gonna actually have the back leg be the pivot leg. I think this leg was supposed to be straighter. Oh, we're reducing the thickness here a little bit. And we're going to... This looks about right. Portions don't look completely off. I mean, they look a little bit completely off, but they don't look horrendously completely off. Actually, wait, no, I think I... Okay, wait, I think I remember that. Okay, we're gonna bring the legs, like, somewhat together. Like, heels... kind of want a heels touching kind of feel, so... That means that the leg needs to come down in a way that supports that. I think I actually need to bend this leg in a bit more as well, but first up, let's just get... Then we'll have 1 foot coming through like this. And then we'll have... Actually, we'll just bend this in a little bit more. Why not? kind of want like a heels close together start, I think was how it was supposed to go. I am making shit up as I go, just like usual. Want this to start behind here, because I want to start from the back of the buttocks. Because that's how legs actually work. The thigh is essentially the part connecting from your hip to, or no, your the piece of meat between your calf and your butt, to put it the most eloquently I can. So chest pushed out a little bit. We're gonna bring one arm inwards. Oh yeah, this character, the base design was a waitress. If you dug out the showcase video way back on this channel, that is what I codenamed it as. All of the models I have made that are generally for practice or for advertisement have been codenamed rather than actually named. That was the code name. We're gonna change up a good amount of it because one, the hair was basically straight ripped from a character, and then two, the costume was actually straight ripped from another character. So there's only really 2 reference points of this whole character, which really was probably not as egregious when I first started off, but now I really should not only use basically single characters for each point of interest. I should actually mix and match a lot more if I'm going to use references in such a way. Gonna bring shoulder there. Gonna bring this down a bit. It doesn't look quite right there. It doesn't look quite right there either. I think, am I turning the shoulders too much? If I start here and bring this down like here, that looks a little... It doesn't annoy me as much, which is like 90% of how I decided something looks right. It's probably not a great way of deciding something looks right, but it's worked so far. So we're going to bring arm down, and then we're going to elbow out. I need more. This will be what fingers on the outside and thumb on the back side. So it'll be what? So be the hand will come here. And we'll have one. Actually, no. We want the hand to be more of like a this shape. And we'll have pinky, ring, middle, 4, and then thumb, like that. I'm sure I can find a reference for this because this is actually a very standard pose. And also the part of the hand will need to be bigger, so I think I actually need a bigger canvas. Just for this one part. But This is the general pose that... Oh my god, that hand looks terrible. That we're looking at here. Don't know, I should bring the elbow in a bit more. Actually bring this arm backwards. So, actually no, let's bring the elbow into the... What is this part called? The rib cage. So we're going to turn this arm. We're actually going to bring it into the body to begin with. This is the bit where being a person on the internet as a VTuber isn't good, when I just start slapping parts of my body and saying, this part of the body. This part of the body that you can't see me slapping. Wow, that hand looks horrific because I've drawn at least everything else mildly to proportion. And that bit is just like lines. Also, I think this needs to be a little bigger. Like the actual hand part has to be a little bigger. Yikes. Oh, that'll look better once we actually find a reference for that. Okay, let's just kind of roughen a hairstyle. I kind of want to keep... The main bits I want to keep are... this... I don't know if you can see that. Let me just... This part... The big bulgy kind of hair coming off as twin tails, pigtails. Very layered, very bulky. That's the main part that I would like to keep. Everything else can go. Just having a good old think about this now, how I want to do it. Let's say that we split. Because I think we're going to have the back hair coming around the backside of the head. And then we want to have the two big clumps of hair. This can look thick. It needs to be a distinguishing feature, because this is usually my main qualm at times about some people's choices in their... Actually, if I want to flame people about their choices in their VTuber models, it's usually that there's no identifying feature around the head that doesn't make you look like someone else. Because when it comes down to it, if you want to be a content creator in this day and age, you can't just rely on Twitch. You have, or even Kick. I think Kick uses the same system as Twitch when it comes to discoverability for the most part. So you need something identifiable that can be deformed and put onto a thumbnail. And that's usually the one part that I feel like most people don't have. You know, last time I mentioned that to people, they also thought that's a hot take, because apparently I'm full of hot takes about VTuber culture. bring this around, and we'll also have here sprouting from the top that comes down through the sides. Funnily enough, if I do the like one long side, one short side, it's kind of like a similar concept to my own model. I mean, honestly, just looking at it, the hairstyle looks very refined. And it's a good answer to that. At the time that I made it, I ripped it straight from one thing. I think we're going to let the hair drop down on one side so that it actually comes down the body. So right down past the eye, and actually like, maybe let's have this actually like rest on the body a little bit. Maybe like it rolls over that breast. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a normal like pulled up kind of hair where you don't have the long part at the back. So basically all of the long part is the bit that's bunched up and tied up in the pigtail. Because that's how biology works, basically. You don't have that much hair. No matter how puffy anime characters' hair are, you don't have that much hair. Really decided I want to keep like the straight cut for the fringe or the front part. Don't be like way too aggressive with this part. Yeah, let's bring it like back here, maybe. So it's like further from the eyes. Maybe we'll have like a bit like hanging off the back here. That like splits. There's like, it basically splits on the shoulder. I did see a thing where it was used like a bit of glue to kind of makes the hair stick to the shoulder, which I thought was a little interesting, as much as I hate glue in all its forms. Alright, let's make another folder and to put at the top and call this illust. The ruler is kind of important because it just marks the very center of my canvas. And if I need to expand my canvas, it always has to be in equal amounts. Okay, so the first thing we do want to keep is the dress shirt, in general. The kind of cuffs at the ends. How did I end up doing these? Did I actually know what I was doing at this point? Let's have a look, a little bit. There's like a little tiny bit of thickness here. But the shirt itself is like really tight to the body. It doesn't really follow the shape. Once it goes a little further up, it's just like this tube. Yeah, that sounds about right for what I did. And the shoulder... The one thing I definitely didn't like about how I did bodies, when I look back at the art I did, is the shoulders. I really didn't like how I was doing shoulders. In particular... I'm gonna go... change this so that's like more like this. Let me just turn the hair off on this. Let me have a look at what the heck I did to the oh, that was one piece. Oh, that was one piece. Hold up. Let's have a look at this piece. Oh, this is another trip down memory lane. Yikes! That was one piece. I mean, I think this was before I started using the paid version of Live2D, so maybe it had to be one piece just to save on deformers, because you don't actually get a very large number of deformers in the free version, which might be good, because I use up to 1,000 deformers and everything slows down. But yeah, let's turn that off and just have a look at everything about the hair. Let's have a look at everything about the neck. Where the heck is the neck? The neck's like literally in front of everything. It's a part of the face. Oh my god. Oh, it is. Here we go, neck. Why is there a dark bit there? What is that? Why is there a dark bit right on this shirt? What the fuck is that? Hold up. Is that part of the shirt? Oh, it's the back. Oh, okay. The back bit is also sitting up there. Look at that. This is before I started ordering everything inside the PSD by where it has to sit in the Live2D part as well. This was just everything was categorized based on what part it was belonging to inside the actual drawing. Do I want to keep this kind of over the shoulder? What are these called? I don't want to call it a singlet. What are these called when you don't have the actual neck part? Well, that's not the most relevant thing in the world, but I think we're gonna go. Let's just do a very rough clothing. And here's me about to complain about the fact that they're asymmetrical pose. Because it's going to happen at some point while I'm doing this. Oh wait, is this flip over or is it not flip over? No, this is right. We want to button up typically what on the left side, so this side will be in front. Whoop. So this will go over the top of here a little bit. Let's say this comes down to about maybe about. Should this go up? Can I really under the breast? Or should I go over the top and be a little bit more aggressive here and actually go like this into basically where would the because there'll be like this the squeeze of the breast like here. Actually, let's just draw that into the body part. So we'll have like the roundness of one here and the roundness of one like here, about here. Am I allowed to draw that? Here's the gap in the breast. All right. That's fine. I've drawn Barbie doll breasts and put them up on screen on YouTube before. I'm not afraid of this part. Famous last words. So gonna just roll this over the shoulder. Have this kind of move into the wedge behind the back here. Have this kind of wrap into like this gap that appears well like here and here. Just wedge this into here where it kind of seals right down the middle into here. We're going to wrap this around the body. We're gonna make this a sleeve here. Let's see if I can still see where my arm is. And this will go down behind the body. Actually, no, this should go over the top of the back of the neck, actually. So that's not as revealing. We're still going to go the same theme, which is a waitress. So in hospitality, how should I say it? You don't want to look like a different establishment. That may cater for a more selective audience. Bring this down, and then we'll have this wrap over the breasts. Probably give it a little extra room here. Is that too big? You know it's bad when you stare at the breasts and decide, is it too big? Maybe... Maybe we'll cut back a little bit. Because this is the kind of like more formal style waitress clothing. I say that as it's like really tight. So have like a shirt inside this, where we also want to have probably a dress collar. In a shirt that goes down the middle here, and you kind of have to like start squeezing inwards, or pulling inwards. Actually, no, we'll pull inwards or squeeze outwards. I think to hide a bit of the illusion of the shape and size here, we're actually not going to go with a ribbon. We're going to go with a tie. So this will wedge itself into here. Maybe not that extravagantly large on the... So this will like just kind of squeeze its way inside into this general space. The idea is that we can have a little bit of extra shading right here that really... Actually, you don't need that, but I'm going to just use shading to define the wedge in there. No, I think I like ribbons. We're going to go with ribbon. This is why I shouldn't let me do character design. Should this be on top or below the collar? Because this will tie itself around the neck like so. The dress shirt will come out onto the bottom. Which is like down here. Give a little bit of a messier feel coming off this part. This has to come all around here. This part will be behind the arm, but we still need to like go out to like here. Okay. Do that. Give it maybe like a sharper edge at the end, as like maybe it crumples up a little bit around the waist, or well, not the waist, the hip. Have it like largely tight over the shoulder. Let's just raise this up a little bit so that's got a little bit of thickness here. And then we'll draw the so this will have to pull in on the Even if it's a tough material that kind of pulls in on itself here, so like it'll pull in. The back of the arms are about there. And then when you squeeze a thing, it'll be what? What's this? What's happening here? This will all pull. Oh no, this will all bunch up. So you have like a lot of bunching like here. That basically all points towards your elbow. So like, we'll just like bunch here. And then your elbow, which can actually be a bit sharper, because this is a tighter shirt or harder material. And then we want to bring this up to the cuff that will be on the wrists of these kind of things. We're going to a bit more generously fold this over the top here. We'll do like a cut here, maybe just go like that, and just have it roll over the top here. I feel like no, the arm should really be from here. It's like staring at it, and it's like no, this ain't right. And then, actually, no, I think this part of the arm should be more like this. I feel like we should grab just this part of the arm and go womp like this. Rather than pointing up, we'll just point across. So that this part looks a bit more natural here. Get rid of these lines are just confusing right now. Then you'll stretch the hand out here. Where you'll get up to the knuckle part, I will find a proper reference for this at some point. Just be with my very bad hands for now. And we'll have the thumb stretching over this way. Have the also, the pin's a bit thick for me to be drawing fingers right now, which isn't really helping. Should probably just like thin the pin if I'm going to draw fingers. But basically the hand goes there. Still a bit of an ass hand, but still a bit of a small hand. Give me more. About there, I think. This head's also a bit backwards, so need to be a little careful with the size, but that's kind of about where that sits. Wait a minute. What's Clip Studio open? Turn that off. Oh yeah, I should probably save this. Before this ends up crashing for some unknown reason. Okay, so we're gonna keep the general idea of the skirt, I think. Where's the rest of the hair? It's not even the right spot, but fuck it, stick it in there. Actually, I think I can make this sit nicer by just go womp and put the hair behind. And also grab the neck and put that behind. Where's the neck? The hair. Alright, Nick, you go back here, dude. Wow, it looks mildly better. Is that Nick shadow? Is that what that's sitting there? Where did the Nick come from? No. Well, actually, I have no idea what that is. Why is the color so weird there? Or was that just actually how my neck was? Oh, yikes. I mean, I know there's not much light getting in there, but still. Ew. Isn't that great just looking back at your old stuff and cringing a little bit? Definitely not the practices I'll go with these days. Was a simpler time. Still gonna go with the same kind of flowing skirt. But I think we're gonna go with an even simpler one, the one that folds in like so by going letting this really flow out there. We still want pockets. Probably I should just add an apron. Is that so ambitious or not? Or should we just actually bring it in a little bit here? And have it come in a bit earlier? So that there's like a little bit of leg. Yeah, I've just spent a good amount of time with the most recent Street Fighter 6 tourneys as my background noise during the day. So I've been listening to people talk about feet a lot. So I think we want a little bit of leg here. I think I actually like these boots. I think we're gonna keep these like same style of boots. One thing that I think I will do for these, as much as I rant about them every time I end up drawing them, is that I'm gonna add laces. These kind of, it's a bit like platform shoes, but we're going to go ahead and bring them up quite a bit. So, well, like platform boots. Have them kind of go around the shape of the foot. boots can be significantly larger than the foot, especially this kind that looks a little harder. We're gonna bring this around, down around the foot. Like so. We're gonna have the bits in the middle here coming down, and then this has to like kind of fold off like here, and this has to come down the foot and then kind of fold off like here-ish. Then you have the bit that comes through the top here, which kind of folds around like so. Whoop, that's not what I was trying to do. Surely it should be more like this shape. Oh, right, this is still snapping. So they kind of go around like this, right? We're also gonna do the heel a bit more aggressively, where the heel actually kind of sticks out, and we're gonna very distinctively make it kind of tall, so that so there's like a very distinct amount of heel here. But this is very clearly the kind of heel that adds a bit of height when it comes down to it. Won't be able to see it quite as clearly on this side, but we will see the outer edge of it. Probably won't be this far out on the final, but to illustrate the point, we're going to bring this around. And we're going to really bring it down and around here. Like so, essentially. Bring around behind the heel. And then, as for the... I think for the legs, we are going to keep the stockings that come through into here. Alright, this arm. Let's bring the shoulder up a little bit so that we've got some extra thickness on this outer part. Just cut that bit off so that we can have a shirt just pull out of here. That will pull into the armpit. How far forward do we bring this on? Alright, this is the, that's the line of the back, this is the line of the arm. Bring this in behind the breast. Below... Actually, I think I need to bring the elbow up a little bit. I'm gonna put it too far down. So once again, we'll kind of pull in on the elbow. And then we'll kind of bring this around. Then we want to have the cuff this time not facing the camera, so we'll just turn it and go like this. Maybe up a little bit. I don't want to have like the thumb here over. Wait, hold up. Yeah, thumb will be on the inside. Facing. And then this will poke out a little bit over the top of this where you didn't have all your fingers. I want to put maybe a menu or like the little book for taking orders into here. Maybe you can very clearly see that there is a pin stuck here, maybe, let's say. Maybe you can actually see, maybe just says like menu or something. That hand needs to be bigger. What a fucking surprise when I draw hands. What's that? Hum. Still looks a little small, but that might just because... Actually, the hands look about fine. It's actually the boots that look incredibly big, but they're intentionally kind of big. It's supposed to be like a thicker material. Okay, so for something I just literally mocked up based on the original, you know what, let's have a look at these side by side now. Not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, I guess I was essentially taking something that already existed and just, redid it. So it's kind of expected that it should be a little bit quicker than me trying to make something on the spot. I can't remember what I was looking at when I first did these shoes. There has to be some kind, probably some kind of gothic boot. How much am I gonna hate myself for asymmetrical pose? Probably a lot. Just like usual. How much leg should I actually end up drawing? Alright, here's the part where I say I don't really have anything planned beyond this. That's also another point for what a fucking surprise. You know what, let's have a look at the other model from this era that I have. Let's see if I can find it. That's probably the bigger challenge. What the heck did I call it? What the hell did I call it? Did I just call it bag? There's a good chance I just called it bag. No, I didn't call it bag. What the heck is it called? Oh, that's another one I need to redraw at some point because they ended up not looking very good the first time I was trying to really do the big old breast hood. Here we go. Oh look, you can see a lot of the weird parts just like clipping into each other yet again when I just very casually added the mouth later. Alright, let's put the upper cover, the bottom teeth, top teeth. Why are the teeth all separated? Where's the other part of the cover? It's not covered. Okay, let's turn the teeth off. What the fuck is that? Is that the mouth inside? It's not the mouth inside. What the heck is that thing? What is this? What else could that be? Teeth bottom color? Okay, it's teeth. Lower cover. Upper cover. Oh, the lips! The lips were separate. What the heck is that? Okay, we're just gonna keep the lower lip there. Okay. I think this was my first attempt. Yeah, this was like a attempt at... Actually, no, this wasn't actually too asymmetrical of a pose, but I think it was like one of my first like real asymmetrical poses, starting from the lower body. Where the hell did I get that boot from? You can see I tried very hard to add creases to the jeans. There's lines absolutely everywhere, and there's like this weird bulge where the knee is. What the heck is happening here? Oh jeez. You can also see my great ruler of how tall should this character be on the side. Probably if I was to redo this character, it will turn into a 8 tall. What the What's wrong with his arm? Oh jeez. Alright, let me have a look at the rough. How bad was the rough? The rough might have actually been better than the actual, like, original, which is the funny part. Okay, let's make this gray or something, so I can actually see. Okay, apparently I can't see. Hold up, let's make this a little less gray. Okay, let's have a look at what kind of horrendous things I did here. Let's go through all of this one by one, just see what how did I end up with that arm. So I had a... Okay, apparently these are empty. Wait, no. Oh, okay, so there is a little bit of anatomy model. You can see when I was still using a lot of circles and cylinders. Oh, that was from the other one. Sure. Then you have this. Which is not yet too horrific, except for how far off that elbow is from the rest of the body. And then what happened? Body but taller. That's the best name, I think. Oh, I'm blocking it. Hold up. Let me, just so everyone can see how hilarious my old workflow used to be. I literally took the height of the body from a different model, which was, as you can very clearly see, the previous one, which was the one that we just redid. Then I added a pose to it for some reason, which uses anatomy doll style. Then there's the body. I still don't know how the elbow ended up there, and then the body got a little... What is this? Hold on. Let me just not make this... Okay, so there's this body, and then suddenly the body is longer and a little wider, sure. Then the clothing came on top of it. There's another bit where it actually doesn't look as terrible. Also, the height was lost for some reason. What the hell happened there? How did I end up reaching the final when my roughs were a giant mess? Then there was the bag. Okay, that goes with the... Why was that hanging off the body? Holy shit, that came off so far from the body. Was that based on this? No, it wasn't based on that either. And then the head came in. There's no head. Okay, there's a head layer here, but there's no head. Okay, so then that becomes the ruff. There's a detailed ruff here. Okay, that looks a little bit better. I still don't know how the elbow ended up in that position. And how the bag ended up in that position. Detail ruff copy 2. Why is there a second copy of this? It's the exact same thing, isn't it? It's basically the exact same thing. Okay, sure. Alterations. What happened here? Oh, this was me trying to reposition the arm. Okay, sure. And then the hair came... there's no hair. There's no hair at all, sure. And then somehow all of that turned into this monstrosity. That elbow so far off the body looks way too slender. Oh, this was before I learned that the body is more based on the shoulder and not the armpit. Oh, that explains a lot. That's why the body looks so thin in that spot. You know what? Should we redraw this one as well? I think I can mock up a quick pose for this. What was this code name? Hood. Okay, sure. Let's make a new thing. How big was this one? $2 by 6,000. Is it a little taller than this one? Yeah, it's a little taller than this one. Let's mock this one up as well. Actually, do I want to redo this one? Or do I need to think about what I would like to change about it before I should really think about doing the mock-up for it. This was not a good one. Actually, I'm kind of curious. Let me see if I can bring up the model for this. How horrific was this? I think this was very likely just a body-based or head-based model, like a lot of them were back in the day. But I'm kind of curious now that I'm just like looking at it and it's like, oh geez. The best part about these models is the, oh geez. Let me see if I can open it. I know it was created in the free version. It is fine. I own it. Alright, let's have a look at this. We'll bring up the other model as well to take a look at later. Where's my display? Not this. This. Well, I haven't used that compound in a long time. Oh yeah, how horrendous are the old ones? That's what we really want to know. Okay, let's have a look at this. Let's see how bad this was. Oh, yikes! Oh, man. Oh, gee, the hair just, like, moves. Look at that, it just moves. I mean, for the time, it wasn't terrible, honestly. The face is actually the bit that is, like, a little bit better. Not by very much. The head is turning a lot more than the faces. The hair basically doesn't turn. Wasn't the start of the Live2D craze for VTubers such a great time? I think if okay, you know what? Alright, let's have a look at what the heck was happening with the up and down. There was no up and down body. Okay, sure. There's a little bit of body turning. Oh geez, oh that is not so bad. The proportion of the bodies are already terrible. Because there's no body back here where the back of the back is. The shoulders just stick out. Given this was essentially my first attempt at a big male model. So that is one thing. Alright, let's see if I can figure out what was it called? It was like Melon Waitress. Here we go. Oh, there's a backup version as well. I don't know which one's the final, but let's bring this up. Okay, let us try and bring up backup, because apparently there's nothing there. Is this the final? I think this is the final. Oh, I really don't like how the arms look. Jeez. Alright, let's have a look at this. Oh, their front hair's a bit of a yikes. The side hair actually looks fine. The side hair coming through here looks fine. The back hair, the pigtails, absolutely horrendous. The actual back hair, for the fact it's one chunk, actually looks just fine. Also, this was the phase where you can see here, I was still using the default inputs for Live2D's physics. Given this was prior to me using the paid version of Live2D, so you can tell, first off, that I basically didn't use any extra parameters. These are actually the defaults that Live2D provides you. So that is one thing. Was there no eyeball motion? Hold up. Is there no eyeball motion at all? Oh, no, there is eyeball motion. It's just not. It's just kind of subtle. And there's no highlight motion at all. Eye opens, sure, okay. There was no buffering, even though oh, no, there is buffering. So there was buffering there. The X motion is a big yikes. What the heck is happening with the hair here? That is a giant yikes. Okay, ugh. Oh, this one did have Y on the body a little bit. What did I do here? Oh, I just hid the knee so you couldn't see any leg motion and just up and raised and lowered the body a little bit. Hilarious. Was it... Okay, there was head tilting, but there was no leaning. Let me just see how horrendous that is in the physics. If I preview, set cursor tracking with angle Z to right mouse button X. Let's just see how horrendous that was. Ooh. Yikes. Oh dear. I mean, I think this was in the face rig era where face rig was a little bit more limited on what I could do. Ooh. But there's a lot of yikes in there. Okay, let's have a good look at this. And what do I want to change? If I want to keep like the same like kind of casual street clothes, then I think we'll keep the general outfit like largely the same. I mean, when it comes to male outfits, unfortunately, there's really not much to look at. Even when you go into like a lot of references, if you're looking for like modern street clothes, the reality is that most of the modern street clothing for males that you can find for references is, do you want to add a giant illustration for like, I don't know, like a logo, and even then it doesn't take up much space. Usually the majority of the body is a single color, or maybe you'll have like a cutoff point, like let's say, let's just make a new layer here somewhere. We might say that we'll have like a cutoff point like right here where the, oh, you can't see that at all. Cutoff point like right here where the color like changes. Maybe this is one color, the bottom half up here is one color. That's like literally the limit of a lot of male clothing as our society has deemed, unfortunately. First things first for this model. First, the body needs to come down like here and here. That's where the body actually needs to come down. The shoulder should probably go like here, and like the shoulder is actually fine like here. Shoulder needs to come in a bit here, but that is like first thing that needs to change. Then the chest needs to come into like here. The waist needs to come more like waist needs to come like more like here. Want like a bulkier body, so like the waist will be more like this. Even for like a more slender male body, I think this is kind of more the proportions we'll be looking at. So just based on that, you can see how horrendous that was. The arm should be more like this. And this arm should be more like actually this arm is actually probably the least egregious part of this model. This is probably actually the best part. Should probably be like, yeah, like this general shape of the arm is actually fine, because this is actually like a straightforward facing part that I end up with here. Probably with the body like actually sticking out properly here, we'll probably change it to more of like a stiff kind of pose, where you're going to go this way and then you're going to go a bit that way. The legs actually aren't too big of an issue. Obviously this will come out a bit more. We'll still have like the front of the body here. I think this pose is actually fine. And then you'll have like this part here. The legs actually aren't too horrendous. Probably have a bit more leg here. I think this was actually for the Cyberpunk one I did. Kind of the similar deal. Oh, let me just move myself back over here. But the leg will have to be more like that. This is actually, yeah, this is actually a little bit of what I did with the Cyberpunk one, where the leg started behind the other leg. This leg is actually, yeah, this leg and that arm are probably the two best parts, the right leg and the left arm. They're the only parts of this body which I think I'd actually keep. Or maybe the boots. The actual design of the boots is fine. I'm pretty sure, looking at how nice this looks compared to how bad this looks, that I ripped this straight from a reference image and I tried to draw this in based on the shoe. That is probably almost guaranteed. Oh dear. As for the head, I think we're gonna lengthen the head a bit so that it's more like this, and you'll just have the head be taller in general, so that it probably goes up to about like probably the head will be like around here, and it'll like come down like this, and then the eyes will be about here. Nose, yeah, nose and mouth, that looks more about right. Like a taller head in general. I think that will be like the general changes that will happen to this one. I think the pose is fine. The clothing is actually, I mean, I'll redraw all of the clothing because there's a couple of bits of it that's a big yikes. But otherwise, I think the majority of it can actually be kept. I mean, you can see how simple of a concept it was. It was like a single colored jacket with a hood. Inside's a different color. It's got a bit of lining on the hood. It's a single colored shirt. Oh, the collarbone is not in the right spot. Collarbone should be, based on the shoulders, should be more like here. And the neck should actually come down a bit more here. The shoulder should be more like here. Actually, just the jacket going over the top is fine because this is like, it was supposed to be a little thick, but looking at the rest of this is not thick. The hood is thick. It's actually really interesting, like, going back and critiquing these now that I'm actually better as an artist. I mean, I think of when I get around to actually finishing the waitress again, I might actually do like a full retrospective using the two from the art all the way into the rig portion. I think that might make a bit piece of interesting content as well. Who knows? I haven't managed to hit a viral long form piece of content. I've just had some shorts go up to 1,000 something views, and well, TikTok's not doing very well. I usually only go up to like 100 something at most. I haven't hit the viral on TikTok yet either. Okay, I ended up ranting and looking over this model a lot, so I actually don't think I'll have the time to fully re-sketch this out. Probably also increase the height. It might go for like 8 tall. I mean, 8 tall actually just probably keep this exact body length, but increase the thighs to about here, increase the knees to about here, and then do the feet around here. I think like that'll be the main change, because if we do it, the body, the funny bit looking at this right now is that the body length is about right for 8 tall. the legs are not about right for 8 tour. That's about where it should be right for about a 7 tour. And that's also for the head shape that I had before. This head will, like, making a longer head that is generally a bit more suited for the male bodies. If you want it to be a bit broader. Will also make the body look a little bigger. I think this body for the most part is actually facing forward. Oh yeah, you actually looked at my Live2D showcase stuff, then I think my personal model from way back when, oh yeah, my personal model from way back when isn't there. How many times did I actually put my personal model in the showcase? Let me have a look at this playlist. I think it was only like 3 or 4 times, and some of the models that I actually used or actually put in the showcase probably existed like about... Wait, how do I actually go and look at the No, I don't want to look at this part of the playlist. I want to look at the actual videos here. Okay, let's see. Let's have a look at this playlist. I'm pretty much done for today. I'm just gonna rant for a bit. Or maybe I will try and very quickly sketch the pose for this model to a new file. Okay, so there is the first model of Fire on the Fire channel. Funny story, this is the 5th personal model I ever made. Oh dear, that's... When was this uploaded? Can I see the date for this? When was this uploaded? Do I have a... Where's the date for this? Published in February 28th. Oh, these are all really close together. I think that's probably because I didn't make the showcase videos till quite a bit after I finished them. February 28th of 2021. And that was already my 5th model. When did I start drawing it? I think I'll probably start drawing it like in January of that year. Then you actually see, I think that's when I opened commissions, because then you see like a couple of commissions from that actually came in. The biggest one, notably, which was actually a very simple one that didn't cost very much for the client, was the Tom Fawkes one. It was actually really scary when I got a message from him. I was like, wait, I actually know you. But he just wanted his arbiter to be rigged for an April Fool's stream. So it wasn't the biggest job in the world. Oh, it was a rush job, but it wasn't the biggest job in the world. Because I think he messaged me 2 days before April Fool's for it, and I did manage to get it pushed out to him like within a day. It was like a very rushed job, but he was like definitely the person I knew before I looked them up when they commissioned me. Because usually when I get a commission, I have to go look the person up because I have no idea who they are. He was definitely the one person that I knew who they were before anything happened, and that was really shocking because that was about 2 months into me opening commissions. If you don't know who he is, he's a YouTuber who's been around for a long time. I think he doesn't really do YouTube anymore. He's like part of the YouTube, like the YouTubers who moved to Twitch during the Great Adpocalypse. But if you want to generally know my taste for content that I consume, he would be closer to what I would like compared to more recent streamers, which are very much chat focused. Oh yeah, let's have a little rant about that. Since Day 3 passed for the Neo Niji Sanji debuts, I went to go look through them. All 3 of them, for at least the 10 minutes that I decided to actually sit in there when they were actually playing a game, very chat focused, and I was a little disappointed. Would like it to be a little bit more let's play-y. but it was very chat oriented, where they're just kind of talking to chat rather than like even commenting. Like, I guess one thing I say is like a lot of the old YouTubers that became streamers because of the apocalypse that I still watch, a lot of them still, they use chat more, like they bring chat into the content rather than just talking to chat, which is kind of how I like, how I prefer stream content. So it is like pretty disappointing, I guess, in a way for me, when a lot of newer brand of streaming is just like the streamer just talks to chat directly without really bringing them in as a part of the content. I mean, the way I talk to people about it is like, you're not like if you're playing games and you're talking to chat, like just chatting to chat, like you're not doing a let's play of the game. You are chatting to chat with the game in the background. That's how I usually view it. Apparently that's a hot take. It's yet another hot take, because I'm basically a fossil when it comes to how I like my content. So whenever I mention that to anyone, it's like, wow, that's another hot take. It's like, really? Is that really another hot take? It's one of the many things that is like, wow, I'm old. And that's just in the how I consume YouTube and Twitch content feeling of old. It's not even just how old I am. Apparently people prefer if the streamer just talks to them the whole time rather than like do commentary while talking. It's like no, you can bring chat into your commentary. It's like, that is a thing you can do. You don't have to just talk to chat the whole time. No, is that a hot take? Because apparently everyone I talk to thinks it's a hot take about it. Okay, so let us kind of set up this pose. You can see that it's very much a much taller head. I think the pose for the most part is actually like 90%. Go. So the collarbone comes in basically, the joint is actually on the shoulder, so bring this in. Because generally for males, you want the shoulders to be broader than the waist by quite a bit, as opposed to what people like in a female shape for anime style, which is where your waist is very close to your shoulder width. I prefer a little more slender than that, generally speaking, if I can. I think I actually did not go by that. I think the general pose for this one is, considering that the waist is about as wide as the shoulder width. But we want... okay, so we're gonna turn off the thing here. I'm gonna turn this a little bit about here. Have the leg come down. I need a little bit of extra canvas space. Give me a little tad extra and add it from the bottom. This is how I add it from the bottom. Ah, doesn't do it like that. Alright, click here and then add it from the bottom, please. Oh, add it from the, yeah, add it to the bottom. Okay, do it. I need a little tad bit more. Alright, fine, we'll add a bit more to this. Just make it 7,000. Just so I have the space to work with here. We want to turn the body to face a little bit one way. Let's turn the body so that a little bit like that, and then just have the shoulder coming through back here. Okay, I think the main bit that actually makes it look so terrible is the lack of this part of the body. That's definitely the bit that's like really hurting it. Because you can actually like stretch the arm out now. That part of the body is actually existing. It doesn't look as crazy when the arm sticks out this far. Because we want to have this arm maybe what I'm gonna do is actually like turn this bag like more to the side of the body. Just bring this arm like a little bit behind and then just like have the arm like resting on the bag more. So that there's like this, basically a shape here. Where it's going behind the body instead. You know what, there's no really like wildly quick mock-up of this. So we kind of want like a hood that goes over the top, bunches up all over the, so we got like the bunch up of the hood. So like this comes around the back of the body, then you want this to come into the middle. This comes around the neck. This is the shoulder. Then you have this part that comes off the back of the body, come past the hip. Why do I feel like I've seen this exact color before? Or this recently? Or it might have been when I was watching the the Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged series. Because this is basically what was it Tristan wears. Single colored shirt that goes over the top of the jean waist, and then you just go jeans down to the legs, and voila! Here's a very uninspired male outfit, because let's be real, male outfits don't get very inspired when it comes to modern clothing. Just like that. It was basically, I did that in like literally 5 minutes. That's why when it comes to character design, a lot of time I feel like if I'm doing modern styles, female clothing is, you get a little bit more options because there's just the way society has built fashion, there's just more choices. It feels like when you go a little bit more exotic for male clothing, you're going exotic. You're not going like a little exotic. Because usually you also don't just add in a lot of like accessories or other like little details, unless it's just zippers or belts. I'm pretty sure this hair ripped straight from something one-to-one as well. I think we're gonna keep like this middle part where like there's like a couple layers like folding in on top of each other. Like there's like this main part that falls underneath, and then there's like the parts there. We'll have the bit that like, because we want this part to fold into here. So this will like fold out this way, and then we'll have a bit coming through here. A little bit asymmetrical because we want the point of origin to be about here. So we'll just like fold this down, maybe have a like flick over, be a little bit messy in some parts. And then we'll have the bit that comes around the back. Maybe it will like spike out a little bit. And I think for this, we're gonna go... Here we don't want like as defined of a nose as the other one, because that was supposed to be a little bit broader. Because they'll go like that, and we're just gonna do the neck like this. There you go. Mocked up in literally 10 minutes. Highly uninspired. Male outfits. I mean, there'll be like a little bit of overlap right about here on the pants, that's really about it. And, well, doesn't need to be that low cut. Alright, let's just save that. And maybe I will bring this out for the great box of mini unfinished projects. Alright, so anyways, that will do it for today in general. Okay, so, with this one, well, let me just put these into a single thing so we're not looking at both of them at the same time. Don't save. And don't save. Whether I bring this one back out to work on in the near future is probably a little bit more questionable. Like I said, I'll probably be looking to do a bit of fan art over the general Nijisanji Koshien period where they're doing their baseball, because that gives me a lot of opportunities to try a lot of action poses, for one, which is something I really want to practice, because it's baseball. As much as it's a sport where you really want to go 1v9 if you can help it. It is a generally fun period because it's a very long period compared to a lot of content they do. And their drafts, was it their drafts? Like the team drafting stream is happening on the 1st of July. So it's in a few days, and that's when it kind of starts for real, but I think I would actually like to start a little ahead of that because I'm not the quickest at drawing or coloring. And for the first couple, there might be a lot of interiors that I would like to try. I have a composition in mind that I want to try already, so that will probably be next time. This one, once again, probably go to the box of many things that I could try finishing at some point and probably get to the back of it. This one, probably closer to the front of the box of many things I need to finish that I have started and don't know when I'm ever going to finish. That's a really long name for a box. Alright, so anyways, thank you very much for watching today's stream. Be ready for a lot of baseball things because it's baseball season on the other side of the world. Coming up next 2 months. Actually, I don't know when the actual baseball season in Japan is. I'm presuming it's primarily in August. Because they play in summer. Well, it's around then sometime. They wouldn't be doing the baseball around this time if it wasn't around that time. It's very much like a remaster. Actually, let me just reopen so we can have this as the... Is this one? Not this one? Hold up. Which one was it? Oh wait, the PSD. Let's have them side by side. Oh, that's why I saved it. Oh jeez. Let's have them side by side just to finish up. Where's the neck? Where the heck is the neck? Get the neck to the back as well. Oh geez, the mouth cover isn't there either. Where are the arms? Oh, everything's going wrong. Oh, there's the arms. Where's the mouth? The mouth covers. Turn the mouth covers on. Okay, still not quite perfect, but... The great remaster. It will happen at some point. Honestly, the hair color will probably change. Once again, mostly for green screen purposes, even though actually if I change this to display mode and show you my VG Studio, it's blue. This is what I had to do for the showcase video for the previous model because it was very green. I couldn't green screen, so I had the blue screen. And it worked, so for all intents and purposes, as long as you don't use RGB altogether in the model, you can usually green screen for a showcase model. So that is one fun fact. Just like looking at it, it really looks quite a bit better, which I'm pretty happy about. So the remaster will be happening some point down the line, but it will be baseball times. Alright, so thank you very much for watching today's stream. For those watching who enjoyed what they saw today, if you enjoyed it, subscribe. This will keep going sometime later, but for the future, if you're interested in just drawing in general, subscribe for that, because there will be a lot of baseball things, probably. Leave a like, because it helps me out, and I shall see you all next time.